Hello, 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 sellers. Come on in, come on in. I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling on eBay. This really surprised me, I've got to tell you. And I just found this, and it's on the eBay app, and I'm going to show you exactly what it is. I'm going to tell you how to get there so you can look at it for yourself, because that's what I do. If you guys don't know, is I discover fun things about selling and optimizing your listings and getting more sales. This is a sourcing tip to help you to sell more on eBay. That's what I'm all about, is Kathy, help me sell more on eBay. So come on in, you're going to love this. And this is selling fast. eBay cites it as a top category, and I'm going to go through the top 5 categories, and I'm going to show you how to find it. Don't miss out on this. This is something that you can source in a lot of different ways, and that's what I look for too when I'm doing sourcing tips. Is yes, it's great for things that are in thrift stores, things like Goodwill bins, consignment shops, but this can also be sourced estate sales. You might get this through consignment. I'm trying to think if I sold some. I think I did with consignment. Anyway, and actually you could do some retail too. You could do some what they call retail arbitrage. And if you're not familiar with that, is that you're buying it at a retail store and then you're flipping it. So you're basically buy low, sell high. Okay. So this is really interesting. First of all, thank you that listen on my Facebook business page. I love to be selling. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And those that catch me on my YouTube channel, Kathy Terrill, I love to be selling. Thank you so much. And be sure to hit subscribe and that download my podcast. I so appreciate it. And like I said, I'm all about helping you to sell more, optimizing your listings, things that are selling. And right now, this is July of 2025. For some sellers, it's a little bit slow, and that's why I'm looking at sourcing, like what is selling now? What can you source, or that you might have on hand and you don't realize that it's a hot item? And if you hop over to my website, I love to be selling. I've got some tips for you. They're completely free, and you can use them to help you to sell more in the summer. I am actually having a super time right now. I actually had 3 giant bags here in New York. I manually take our sales to the post office because it's better than having them pick up. In our neighborhood, they pick up quite late in the day. And if we drop them off in the morning, they actually are on their way to shoppers by the middle of the afternoon. My post office has 5 pickups, which is great. And I realize not everybody has that. So we had 3 IKEA bags today. It was like, yay. So hop over to my website. I love to be selling, and grab top 10 tips. Thank you. To ignite eBay summer sales. It's free. It will absolutely help you. People that are telling you, oh, it's so slow. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them, or listen to them and smile because it doesn't need to be slow. So grab my free tips, put them to work, and you too are going to have some great summer sales. So eBay gives us a lot of information. Sometimes you look at it and you go, okay, eBay, I'm not really sure why I should be looking at this, but this is terrific. And I found it on the app. I have not found it on desktop. So you're going to need to, if you don't have the app, I encourage you to download it. I have an iPhone, so this was on the iPhone. Take a look at it on Android. Tell me if it's on Android. My suspicion is it is. So you're going to grab your phone, and what you do is, hang on just a second. I'm like queuing something up. Is this working? Yes, it is. Okay, great. Oh, there. Good. We're going to go to that in just a second. So hang on. Hang on a second. Here we go. You would think I'm like Miss Tech Savvy here, and I'm not. So go to the eBay app. When you go to the eBay app, where you're going to want to go is, and I'm going to walk you through it. And I use the eBay app a lot. So you're going to go to the eBay app, and you're going to go to Overview. On the iPhone, it's about halfway down, and you click it. Tells you your 90-day total. There's a lot of good information there. But this is what I found interesting. So scroll, send offers to buyers. There's a lot of good information here. Keep scrolling. Aha! And then find out what your items are worth, which is great. eBay's encouraging you to use product research. Product research is the rebranding of Terapeak. In case you used it when it was a paid app, Terapeak, which I did. Now it's free and it's called Product Research. Good stuff in there. Up to 3 years of data. Very good stuff. Thank you, eBay. And the fact that we can get it on the app and the desktop. Thank you, eBay. But keep scrolling. Now look at this. And I haven't found it on the desktop. So if you find this on the desktop, tell me where it is. I haven't. I looked around. I didn't see it. Sell items in high demand categories. Now, sometimes when eBay does this, I remember a senior staffer putting this out as announcements and also on his Facebook page. It was great stuff, but it was things like Fitbit, Apple products. I mean, things that are great, but I don't know about you. I have a hard time sourcing that kind of thing. Like, I don't come across iPhones regularly. I just don't. Or Fitbits. Maybe in New York, because if they are at a thrift store or something, somebody else has already grabbed it. But I don't find it easy to flip those kind of things. And I also don't see, with the way Apple sells its products, I don't see a great opportunity to grab stuff to be able to flip it on retail. Okay. Now, consignment, maybe you would. You've got somebody who's, selling phones. I know some people source off Facebook Marketplace. That's great. And if that's working for you, good. But I'm just saying, as far as thrifting, reselling, I don't see a lot there. Again, Facebook Marketplace, maybe. Consignment, definitely. If you're a big consignment seller, go for it. So what's interesting is eBay's now putting out information on high in-demand categories. I find that very helpful, because typically within a category that is selling a lot, you can sort of find what is called a micro niche, something a little smaller that you can source. And that's when I coach people, work with people one-to-one in my membership, my group coaching. That's what I like to find, okay, is yes, there are these big sellers that everybody's going for, but typically there's an enormous amount of competition and it can be hard to source. What I like is to get into that and then niche down, like find something that there's less competition, but I can still source and get listing and selling that. So number one is trading card singles. I don't think that's a big surprise. Trading cards are huge on eBay. I have sold some. My husband loves trading cards. It's more to prune his personal collection. So I have sold. Some of our cards have gone through the authenticity guarantee program because they're high enough price. So I do have familiarity with trading cards. I don't consider myself a trading card seller, but I have familiarity. All the cards that we put up sold. Oh, excuse me, except for one. My husband decided he wanted to keep it, so we ended it. But everything that we put up has sold over the years. And we also shop quite a bit on eBay for trading cards. So no surprise there. However, if you look at it, and this is the other thing to look at, is trending category. Average selling price is $6.68. That's not really a category I'm interested in. So we're going to keep going. Action figures. Now this was fun. So if you're an action figure seller or you see action figures when you're out and about, definitely take a look, because average selling price on action figures is $44.74, and they're number 2 in search. Okay. CCG individual cards. Again, this is a low ticket item, $3.02. So I go, not really for me. Athletic shoes. Now, obviously, there's at $57 is the average selling price. Sneakers is a huge category. And the thing with sneakers is you can source them a lot of different ways. So eBay loves to talk about sneakers. We all know that if you attend any kind of seller check-ins. But don't overlook it. I've sold quite a few pairs of sneakers over the years. I've also sold sneakers through consignment. People coming to me with some really cool sneakers. So definitely keep an eye out. Again, here in New York, because we have a lot of resellers, it's like you really got to know your stores, and you got to really know when inventory comes in, because anything that's any good goes out very, very quickly. And I was actually at a big Salvation Army the other day and saw some really nice sneakers. And they were behind the desk, so I thought they had been put aside for somebody. So I spoke to the cashier, who was very nice, and she said, oh, no, they basically put them there so that people sort of wouldn't walk off with them. Let's just put it that way. But they're priced high. So places like New York, and I'm sure you're in some places too, certain brands, I don't even think they're really researching them on their phones or anything. They just immediately, they're pricing them at $40, $50. So unless those sneakers are going to sell for like 100 or so, it's not worth it. And again, the ones I looked at, I mean, they were very nice, but I mean, I would have made like $5 and I would have been spending like 40. So I'm going to pass on that. But it was good to know that if it was behind the register at the store, it doesn't mean the employees have put it aside. It means they're protecting them from walking out of the store. But this is the one that caught my eye. So that was number 4 was sneakers. So it was just a good reminder on that. And I have sold sneakers, consignment, ones that I have found in thrift stores, usually more obscure brands, and also personal, just pruning my personal collection, sneakers that were still in good shape. Yeah. Now, listen, when you're selling things like sneakers, the condition is hugely important, whether it has the original box. And also hugely important is the soles, the condition of the sole. So one, on the app, the image search is terrific. Like I'll literally just take a picture of the sneaker that's in the store and upload it, because that way I'll know. A lot of them have names. There's all kinds of things. So I'll immediately know if it's worth picking up or not. Also, sometimes there's a children's version and an adult version. So just be careful that you're not looking at a kid's sneaker. And then when you're researching the price, just a word to the wise, really look at the soles and also look at the inside of the sneaker. You know, is it still pretty solid? Has it been broken down? Put your fingers inside, sort of feel around, like, is the cushioning still pretty sound? It matters hugely because, again, good used sneaker with this in really nice condition. Of course, it's not going to get the same amount of money as a brand new one, but it'll get you good money. But the soles are hugely important, so take a look at them. But this is the one that caught my eye. Wristwatches, number 5 with eBay. And again, this is all in the app and it's underselling. Android people tell me, comment below, let me know. Let me know if it's on the Android. Wristwatches. And it's so interesting because I was at an eBay seller event. Gosh, I think it's before COVID. And this was like a thing with big sellers, and I got invited, which was nice. I mean, really big sellers. And several of them were wristwatch sellers, which I found fascinating because I really don't wear a wristwatch anymore. Say that one fast. Because I always have my phone on me and it's got the time. But wristwatches are huge. People collect them. People love them. One seller friend of mine does a lot of consignment with luxury wristwatches because in her area, you know, there's people that buy them and then they want the most modern one and they'll consign their older ones with her. I'm like, good for you. But this is another one. You can source a lot of different ways and they go for a lot of different prices, and particularly keep an eye out on the vintage. So I just want to show this to you. So wristwatches were number 5 and average selling price $390. That got my attention. Again, so many people are jumping in on trading cards, which again, if you got sourced for that, if you're near a team, so you can get people to autograph, you know what I mean? So you can get them autographed because they sell more. Good for you. Like if you live near Yankee Stadium, yay, right? Or near Camden Yards, good for you. But wristwatches. So look at this. So all I did, I went on eBay and I'm using the desktop. You can do this on the phone. And I searched. So look at this. So hang on a second. And come on, let's do this. Okay. I just searched on eBay. Here we are, eBay. And I searched, you can see this, wristwatches. And I'm looking at solds, okay? We don't care about what's active. We care about what's selling, right? Because that's what I'm interested in. Not what are you listing it for? Not are you listing it? It's great that you're listing it. What does it sell for? And I sorted by ending recently. Because again, I want to know what's selling now, right? eBay's telling me this is the number 5 category in search. eBay's telling me average price is $390. eBay's also telling me 11 million searches. And hang on a second. Are they giving me last 30 days? Last 30 days, 11 million searches. So look at this. Omega 14 karat bumper automatic circa 1950s. And this is a new seller. I looked at this seller. This seller does not have a ton of feedback. And this seller ran this watch through auction, and it's $720. Now, I don't know if this is the steal of the year, if somebody's buying it and flipping it, but you know what? They got $720 for it. But I want to show you there's a big range, and that's what I want to show you. Because if you're getting stuff for very inexpensive, I mean, $720 is great. Oops, but look at this, $1850. And I'm noticing too that a lot of these people are putting them in auction, which is really interesting. So maybe auctions are a good idea over here in wristwatch land. Okay, so here we have, looks like a more modern watch, top rated plus seller, $324. But there's a lot of variety over here. Again, 1950s Omega, vintage boxed, over in the UK. Yeah, UK. More UK. So my UK sellers, thank you for watching, and get busy getting your watches listed. Okay, Invicta Lupa special edition, $50. Not bad, and it's in the box. Nice, unused. Timex Expedition, again, UK. And again, I could sort of run the left US only, but we're going to just stay put because I want to see variety. Lucerne Liberty, $150. Okay, men's watch. But you see, a lot of this, I mean, these older watches I'm going absolutely could have been gotten at a thrift store, reselling store, estate sale. You going through your drawers, Fossil Stainless. Oh, wow, look at this. Now look at this. Make sure this is showing. Yes. Okay, because I've noticed this in a couple of categories. Benefits charity, and I'm not going to click through, but there's some big charities like Salvation Armies and Goodwills, and they regularly run auctions. And a lot of times the stuff is undervalued. So if you're in a big category like this, definitely go through. I'd definitely be looking at auctions and see this too, benefits charity. See if you see some good ones that are coming out of a charity, because a lot of times they list stuff for low. That's my pro tip for you. Again, look at this, another auction. I mean, if you're flipping, if you're a flipper, if you don't know about this, eBay can be a great place to pick stuff up and flip it. Ow, wow, look at this one. A Ming Gilt Brown Automatic. And this was in Japan. It has authenticity guarantee. And that's automatic. If it's over $2,000, automatically authenticity guarantee. More reasonably priced, $799. $25. Vintage men's black dial. Seiko, $438 in the UK. UK has a lot of cool. But look at this, $220. Vintage Soviet Polaroid chronograph. And I would encourage you on your titles. I love this seller. Upper lower case on your first letter like this. The S is capped, the M is capped. It just makes it a lot easier to read. But look at this, $446, Seiko men's. Okay, so you get the idea. A lot of interesting watches. It's the number 5 category. And yes, it's like luxury handbags, right? We all sort of know that like a brand new Chanel is going to be, if you can find one, it's going to get you some nice money. But huge range, 20, 100, couple hundred, and then a couple thousand. But big range of styles, right? Interesting, a lot of auctions where if you know watches or you're willing to do some homework on watches, you might pick up some stuff that you could flip. But it is the 5th top category on eBay. Massive volume, good average selling price, okay? And a lot of ways to source watches. I actually have some, I know I put them aside. I got to go find them to sell. And I think one was a Seiko. I forget what it was. But some really nice watches. Okay. So again, go through your personal possessions, but when you're out at thrift stores, when you're out at estate sales, if you're a consignment seller and you're accepting consignment, don't overlook watches. I mean, I really was surprised. You know, sneakers, I go, yes. The collectible cards, I don't mean to sound jaded, but you know what I mean? It's like, trading cards, yes. Also because of buying and selling for my husband, I go, yes. And watches, I was like, get out of here. So really a nice category. I don't hear it talked about. I hear sneakers talked about a lot. I hear trading cards talked. Watches. So that tells me, and it's number 5. You know what I mean? I don't need to sell a number 1. I'm very glad to sell a number 5. The average selling price is a couple hundred. It's like, I'm definitely going to be checking this out. So look at it. When you are outsourcing, and you may not see anything, but when you're outsourcing, look for it. And if it is an estate sale, if it is a garage sale, if it is a flea market, because do you have any watches? And look at them. Again, remember eBay image search. It really is good where you can take a picture of the item, you can upload it, and you can get an idea of what the going price on. And again, like I talked about with sneakers, with the condition, same thing with the watch. Okay. Is it working? Do they know if it works? A lot of them are not going to be working because the battery is like kaput. So you're going to have to sort of decide, what you're willing to buy, like for parts only, what is it worth? Okay. I actually, typically when I sell watches, if it doesn't have a working battery in it, and I've only sold a few, I go to a local repair place. One good thing about New York, there's some really good watch and jewelry repair places. And I have a battery put in. And even with some of the more obscure watches, again, the good thing with New York is they'll have a really good variety of the different batteries that go in these watches. And again, remember the hand cranks? So you're going to be able to hand crank some of them and see if they're working or not. But even for parts, I remember years ago, I had a friend who was a vintage watch seller, and this is way before COVID. And he would sell a lot of stuff for parts because he was buying in lots. So don't overlook watches, and let me know if you sold some watches. I'd love to hear it. And drop on my website. Go to my website, Kathy Terrill. I love to be selling. Don't settle for slow summer sales. There is absolutely no reason for that. And grab my top 10 tips to ignite eBay summer sales. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate it. Bye-bye, everybody. I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling on eBay.